My last semester at a certain college, I was assaulted by a football player. While unconscious on the ground, I lived a different life. I met a wonderful young lady. She made my heart skip and my face red. I pursued her for months and dispatched a few jerk boyfriends before I finally won her over. After 2 years, we got married, and almost immediately she bore me a daughter. I had a great job, and my wife didn't have to work outside of the house. When my daughter was 2, my wife bore me a son. My son was the joy of my life. I would walk into his room every morning before I left for work and give him a huge hug. I doted on him and my daughter. Then one day, while sitting on the couch, I noticed the perspective of the lamp was odd, like inverted. It was still in 3D, but just wrong. For context, it was a square lamp base, red with gold trim on 4 legs and a white square shade. I was transfixed. I couldn't look away from it. I stayed up all night staring at it. The next morning, I didn't go to work. Something was just not right about that lamp. I stopped eating. I left the couch only to use the bathroom at first. Soon I stopped that too, as I wasn't eating or drinking. I stared at the fucking lamp for 3 days before my wife got really worried. She had someone come and try to talk to me. By this time, my cognizance was breaking up, and my wife was freaking out. She took the kids to her mother's house just before I had my epiphany. The lamp is not real. The house is not real. My wife, my kids, none of it's real. The last 10 years of my life are not fucking real. The lamp started to grow wider and deeper, its dimensions still inverted. It took up my entire perspective, and all I could see was red. I heard voices, screams, all kinds of weird noises, and I became aware of pain. A fucking shit ton of pain. The first words I said were, "I'm missing teeth," and opened my eyes. I was lying on my back on the sidewalk, surrounded by people I didn't know, freaking out. I was completely confused. At some point, a cop scooped me up, dragged me across the grass, and threw me face down into the back of a cop car. Still disoriented, I was taken to the hospital by the cop. Seems he didn't want to wait for the ambulance, and I was given a variety of tests and scans. After that, I went through about 3 years of horrid depression. I was grieving the loss of my wife and children, and dealing with the knowledge that they never existed. I was scared I was going insane. For a long time, I'd cry myself to sleep, hoping I would see my wife in my dreams. I never have. But sometimes I see my son, usually just a glimpse out of my peripheral vision. He's perpetually 5 years old, and I can never hear what he says.